So, hey, hi. Good afternoon, Simon and Nancy.
Hello, hello. Good afternoon.
Let's wait for one more minute and then start. Okay, it's 5 minutes past. Get started. So, good morning, good afternoon, everybody. Uh, Welcome to the OPI TSC call, antitrust policy in place. Let's get started. So the first topic is on the blueprints and use cases. I think last time Simon mentioned I had reached out to the four parties, Fusion Layer, Worldtech IT, Intel, and Mango Boost, and we had requested them what they would need support in
In
these.
this.
Hello.
Hello.
So Simon, I think it's
I think
echoing
it's
from you.
echoing.
Thanks. Sorry. Uh, yeah, so we had reached out asking what these kind of support. Of course, for the DPU vendor, the first point wasn't applicable. The other things were added. What support they expect from the members to make this successful. We have received positive response from both Fusion Layer and World Tech IT. Intel is reviewing it. They will get back on this one. Mango Boost said that they do not have the bandwidth for now. So I will talk to see if Intel is also interested in supporting either that one or the one that they had proposed. Uh, so we do. There are some from Vertec IT. There were some specific requests on the vendor and the OPI members and the human resources part, other than the lab access thing. We can. I think they said they will still discuss internally and come back. Maybe we can wait until they come back finally on these things, or we can consider TSC can consider their request and discuss those requests. Um, Fusion layer, Ansi is also in the call. So, Ansi, first thing I would like to clarify that that the blueprints repo that you are referring to, that's kind of we need to update this thing. So that was only created to create the dashboard as a placeholders. That OPI blueprint repo needs update to remove some stale information. So the secure CTP on Marble that was taken scraping by scraping all the meeting minutes, and you had also discussed and proposed that. So that's how it was there. You're free to modify that update or even consider the Intel or any of the DPUs that you'd prefer. But the idea is to showcase this blueprint end to end within and bringing it to OPI tie-ins kind of a thing. Uh, so for now, do not refer that repo as numbering and all those things. And even the state of that blueprint. So there are not much details. Whatever the only details that are available on Secure ZTP is whatever we have in the meeting minutes. Uh, Zero touch provisioning with the.
Okay, okay. So was I just looking at the wrong place, or is it still like, well, yeah, is it possible to get these materials or documents anywhere?
Yeah. So basically, I think whatever you had, I think proposed that those are the only contents we have. So the idea is to, if you can define the scope of this work, the entire work, and what kind of support you need from the previous 5 points, these 5 points, if you can let us know to the TSC, hey, for us to do this zero touch provisioning using secure CTP, this is what we need from the OPI TSC OPI support. If you provide these kind of support, we should be able to execute this blueprint end to end kind of.
Okay, so basically we are like talking about a new blueprint altogether,
Correct.
right?
Correct.
Okay, yeah, okay, sure.
So this does not exist today.
Okay, okay, okay. I was just wondering as the current, like the, was it the second or the third blueprint set like awaiting validation? So I was kind of thinking that it already exists. It's just waiting for like testing and validation or something like that. But
Oh, let me clarify. Maybe Paul is also here as a blueprint, end-to-end blueprint. Paul, please clarify this. We do not have this end-to-end as a blueprint, right? But I think secure ZTP was used and ZTP was done sometime back.
ZTP has been shown, secure ZTP, using a non-production grade version of secure ZTP.
Okay.
So we've never done it in. We've done it with a. My understanding is the licensing for the version we use said yes, you can use this to create POCs and that sort of thing, but not in a
Mhm.
production manner. Make sense? That's what we've
Yeah,
shown
I'm just
so
typing it
far.
down. Uh,
Yeah.
Using non-production, great. Implementation, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Great. Uh, we may not, we don't, okay. Yeah, so now we will have to replace if you bring, for example, Fusion Layers implementation of this ZTP, and then maybe redo this as an entire proper blueprint, right?
Yeah, that would be my suggestion. Is just start over with a proper uh, SZTP solution, and let's just make a brand new one and show it end to end.
Okay. So Ansi, sometime back in the initially when it was first open sourced, this implementation, there was consideration to bring it to OPI. Do you still consider that an option, maybe for this blueprint purposes thing?
yeah, yeah, sure. Do you mean the SFTP client?
Correct.
Yeah. Yeah, of course, of course. What would be the correct way to do this? Because like we have been implementing like our own client, but it's still quite similar to the OPI is like a client. So I'm thinking about some sort of merger here, but what would be the correct way to do this? Should I work on this in order to get the Fusion Layer solution merged into the current OPI's client, or what would be the correct way to get this forward?
I think because of the licensing restrictions on the one that we've been using, that we whole cloth replace it with whatever you bring, so that there's no confusion on what's happening with licensing on it.
Okay,
So just replace it.
okay. So, uh, what kind of issues is there with the licensing?
It's been a while. Um,
I think it
my
should be like a patch 2, I think.
I'm not sure what it is. If I remember right, it came.
Let me open that right away then.
Yeah, there was something in the licensing that said, "Hey, this is free to use to build demos and POCs and that sort of thing, but not for production use." And I don't know what kind of license that is, but that was my understanding. There was some limitation to the open source version that we had seen out there.
Okay. Because my understanding, as this is, at least it seems to be like Apache version 2, so that should be okay to use pretty much any way we want, right?
If it is Apache 2, that's correct, but I'm not sure if it was or not. The one that we've been using.
Oh, it shows as Apache too.
Okay, then maybe that was maybe. I mean, Mercha, do you remember, or was it? I can't remember who else was saying that was a problem.
Which problem? Sorry.
SZTP and the licensing of it,
I
and
didn't
it being
work on SZTP.
okay.
Not me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because you also do have the STPD repo, if I remember correctly, but that only has like a Docker image on how to set up a test like STPD server. So I think that has some licensing issues as it's not like the Watson at STPD is not really open source, I think.
Okay. Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah. So I kind of guess that the server is the issue here, and the client is like a free for all, basically.
Got it. Okay, so the client's free for all, but setting up and running it in a POC sort of. Maybe that's what it is. You can use this to show off your work with the client, but you can't use the server in production. Maybe that's
Yeah.
what the
I guess so.
difficulty
Yeah.
is.
Oh.
Of course, like Fusion Layer has also been working on the server side, but it's
Yes.
still it's still like proprietary stuff, and the client also is like Apache version 2 licensing. So the client is okay, but our server is still proprietary, so it doesn't really fix any licensing issues there. But if it's okay to use for the blueprint, then I don't mind using Xverse there.
Okay, that's fine. That would be great.
So just to clarify, so for upcoming blueprint or blueprints, it would be okay to use like proprietary server with the open source client.
Yes, I think so.
Yes. Sorry,
Okay.
trying to come off mute.
Yeah.
Okay, then let me put that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I think it's my confusion in the first place that I thought Blueprint 3 had not been done, but it seems like it had. So that's okay. But I think the general ask here is from Fusion Layer, if you can propose a blueprint that furthers the project, we would be very happy to consider it.
Yeah, sure. We can propose something. Of course, like if you want to do a really simple blueprint like zero touch provisioning with STP, like something very simple like Nginx or whatever, that's also like a possibility. But of course, if we can propose a bit more complex or use case, that would also be fine.
Yeah, I mean, the idea would be, of course, to somehow further what's already been done, but also to promote the APIs and so on that are available within the OPI repositories.
Yeah. The confusion confusion about the current blueprints is that it seems to be like already at least it seems that something was already done for the SFTP, but like the documents are like missing all.
Oh, okay.
So
Yeah, okay. So I mean, if we don't have records of what it was, then of course, we just have to work on the basis that we don't know.
yeah, so
I
maybe
think
it
if
would
we
be
don't know, nobody else does either. So,
okay.
if we happen to have a significant overlap with this thing that we don't know what it is, it does basically, if we don't know what it is, it doesn't exist.
Yeah. Okay. So basically, we can probably assume that the current blueprint doesn't exist, and we will start over.
Yep. If you want to do that, that's fine.
Yes, sounds good to me.
Yeah. So maybe we start with something simple, and then the next blueprint will build on that, or something like that.
Yep. We could maybe clean up the dashboard. Just remove blueprint 3. Just leave it as abandoned or lost or whatever to avoid further confusion.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I'm not sure if this conversation should be like continued on an email, but I was just wondering what kind of like deliverables you are expecting from the blueprint.
Yeah, so we have a document that kind of sets out the general framework there. Maybe Shadar is bringing it up now.
Yeah. So this, Ansi, if we can, I thought I sent this link somehow, maybe I missed it. So how is it different? What are the tie-ins, and this details everything.
Okay. Sounds good.
Okay. So the idea is to for the end users or end users of this thing should be able to download these whole things and maybe reach out to vendors or members of our OPI, how they can get this solution kind of.
Yeah. Okay.
So I don't know, maybe it's too early to answer. The fusion layer, if you want to bring in like other OPI members and the DPU, IPU, which one that you're targeting, if you can include all those details in the for the end-to-end proposal, that would be very helpful, Ansi.
Yeah, sure. Maybe I can come back to you with an email first thing next week. So maybe I can give you some suggestions and some requirements what would be
Yeah,
needed.
yeah, mainly on these 5 points kind of.
Yeah. Got you. Got you. Yeah.
Okay.
And also, sorry if I'm taking everyone's time. I
No,
was
no,
just
no, no.
wondering if last time we talked about the STPs, like open questions, like for example, the boot image stuff, the decommissioning, the configuration files, and so on. So, not sure. I guess that hasn't really gone forward from there. But I was just kind of wondering if would this blueprint would it be okay to like request something like help with those questions, or is that a completely separate thing?
If I remember correctly, it was on February 12th, and the idea was we should bring in one of these DPU, IPU vendors to engage in that discussion. Right. I think you can include that as part of this thing where when we add under the DPU, IPU vendor support, we can bring up those points and how to realize those points that you brought up last time. So let me bring that thing on February 12th. So these are the points, if you remember correctly, the 4 point that you mentioned last time,
Yes,
like
yes,
on the boot
exactly.
image part and the decommissioning part and the config file part, right? I think if I remember correctly, the subsequent notes was on uh, uh, we need to you need to like engage with the DPU IPU vendor. Correct me if I'm wrong in the call, who are more familiar with this thing. So I believe you can include that. Say, hey, we need to engage with either, I don't know, from the DPOP vendor side or within the API group or within one of the working groups in OPI to realize, to clarify these things and move on with a certain approach to achieve these things.
Okay. Yeah. That sounds good.
So please include that in maybe in another any other support or maybe in a vendor support, those points.
Okay. Sounds good. Thank you very much.
Okay. So for the World Tech, if you remember it, we discussed they were interested on that sorry, multi-tenancy and OVS offload approach. They have very clear-cut request on these 5 points. They want to focus on NVIDIA as the DPU IPU vendor because it includes all the things that are required for this use case or specific blueprint. Um, so that's a tricky situation with TSC as to, or I don't know whether TSC would like to discuss that or consider that. I think it should be okay, but I don't know. But there should be an OPI tie-in, is what I believe. As long as it's there, it should be okay, I think. And their support is from the Red Hat to engage with it on doing that. And they need some intern support to do some testing and activity, and also AI tokens to, I believe, to generate code using cloud and these kind of things for that AI tokens. Those are the like high level expectations. All expectations are seems fair. So I will wait for them to discuss internally and then come back with the final thing so that we can take it forward. But for now, I believe we should be able to, OPI should be able to support with whatever the request that they had mentioned for that particular use case. Only aspect now I have is from the TSC members, if it's DPU IPU is considered by these blueprint proposers are not part of OPI, we would still proceed or we should rethink?
Yeah, I think we should definitely bring this to a bit wider audience, uh, but my thinking is that if World Tech think they can execute without support from, or in any way, I mean, if they think they can get the support from NVIDIA they need, or they can think they can do it without support from NVIDIA, I don't see a problem.
Yeah, I
Or
agree,
in other
Simon.
words,
I don't think we should shy away from NVIDIA just because they're not OPI vendors. I mean,
Yeah.
it is one of the most popular DPUs, so we're adding value
yeah,
there.
absolutely, and I'm sure everybody, Red Hat engages with Red Hat, with NVIDIA. My only concern is that if they can't execute, that's
Awesome. Yeah, in the request, I didn't see them. They said they were very confident in that response. Let me get this clarification point also and add that in the email response. Um, and maybe we'll
I'm
invite them
sure
to
World
join the
Tech
next
is.
call next week. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm sure World Tech is very familiar with the relationship between NVIDIA and OPI.
I was also trying to add that point on that OPI tie-in to bring in for that. Thing. And let's see. Okay. We'll wait for Intel to come back on that proposal. I had a chat with Surrey, and he said he will seriously look into it and bring it back. So we are on track as of now. This thing. I had also reached out to UCSD, Josh or John. I keep forgetting. John Graham, I think. Yeah, John Graham. Yeah. So his team, they said they will join this call this week and see how they can engage with OPI. Maybe next week they will consider and join. The idea was to whoever had expressed interest in working with us, right? So I went back and looked at the TSC meeting minutes from the academia side to academia, University of Oklahoma, and UCSD had come to our calls and presented it and expressed interest in working out. So I went back to them and said, hey, the OPI wants to reach out these goals on these blueprints and enhancing the APIs thing. Would you be interested in working with us in any of these two domains? So they said, yeah, they are, and they will come back to us. So UCSD responded. So hopefully next week we will hear more from them. It's just an update, TSC members. Okay, on this AI and DPU IPUs, maybe we can have it as a deadline of, I will send out a reminder as 15th of June, if that's okay. And we can get this ahead. So do you have any, sorry, Simon, to put you again on spot. Do you have anything on this point on the operator part? Do they need anything
Yes and no. I did reach out to Hide. I think it was yesterday, but I didn't receive a response.
Okay. I'll update once we get on that. So this topic was brought some weeks back, I think a month back. So Paul, do you remember, or Mircha, do you remember?
Yeah,
I think we received a NetSec card or something. We needed a flash update, right?
I think I remember the context of this. So it's from Sam. It was just him letting us know that whoever uses the card next will need to reflash it.
Is that okay? Is that that's not the NetSec card? That's the E2100 IPU, correct? That's what because I don't think the
Good
NetSec
question.
card
Yes, I
ever
think
got
so.
connected for him to play with. It got connected after he created the demo he needed to create.
I always assumed it was the IPU.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we just someone with access, that may be me, maybe Mircha, needs to download the latest firmware and put it someplace that can be used to flash that card.
Okay. So do we need anything from Sere, from Intel? No, right?
I don't think we need anything from Intel, unless my access to that, I don't know if it's repo or their portal for downloading those things has expired.
Okay. And regarding that, the other card, the cable, were we able to add to one of these servers, Paul?
Yes, it's been added to host 9. I believe that's the host. That's the one with all the slots in it.
Oh, this one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's added there, and it's had the cables connected, from what I've been told.
Okay,
and
that's the NetSec card, right?
that's the NetSec card. Yes.
Intel IPU firmware upgrade can be done by Paul or Mircha. And the NetSec card is now available to use on host 9. Okay. Okay. So do we for these so my question you all have seen the 4 potential blueprints that TSC had come up with, right? For these 4, do you foresee any hardware requirements? Do we have to procure any hardware?
I don't think so. I think everything we have is available and to be used. If
Okay.
I don't think so. I mean, unless I think we'll do fine with the versions with the cards that we have. I'm not sure that a Bluefield 4 is available yet, nor is a E2200 Mount Morgan card available to us yet from Intel.
Okay. OCP Global CFP is closing on 15th June, I believe. So if anybody has any plans to submit? So Simon, can you or somebody submit on the DPU operator that we have?
Sort of. Where is the event?
Oh, it's always. I think this will be the last year they do it in San Jose. I think they sent a survey to move it out of San Jose. It's in San Jose, Sam, in October.
Okay, okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. I
Not
probably
Sam,
cannot
sorry,
fill in
Simon.
myself.
Sorry.
I can fill in the CFP, but I'm unlikely to be able to attend for various reasons. Um, uh, I'm applying for a visa at the moment, and I'm not allowed to leave the country I live in.
Who? Simon, you?
Yes, I can't leave the UK for some months now.
Oh, okay. Huh. Okay. So Paul or anybody, Paul, Tim, Mircha, you have any plans of submitting a talk to OCP Global? Of course.
I have,
Yeah, sorry.
I was gonna say, I have submitted a talk, but it's around a different topic. It's around storage and not using a DPU. So storage and using one of our appliances from F5. So I've submitted an F5 based talk. I've not heard back yet. I submitted it the early deadline by April 15th. It was supposed to close May 15th. They must not have gotten enough sessions, so they extended it to June 15th, the deadline. Is it something that Balazs could support, Simon? Is that a possibility? Do the same demo that he or Sam did in OCP last time? The OCP EMEA?
Yeah, it is possible. Yeah, I'm sorry. Let me explain why I'm pausing. The Red Hat is actually discouraging international travel at the moment because of the fuel prices, which is entirely separate to the concern I have for myself, which I voiced for earlier.
Right.
Although it would also apply to me. It's not entirely clear to me that I could get an exception for this or not. It's possible, but I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm. All right.
But you know what? I think the best thing to do, I will bring that question to Sushil, who is both Balaz's manager, at least indirectly. He's also on the OPI board, and he will also understand the travel policy better than me.
Okay. Sounds like a plan.
And also, we should start working from next week on the CFP part. The venue will be, I think, I will check with Jill. Did we hear back anything from OCP folks? Our second OPI summit on DPUs and IPUs, just to have it this year also. If we can do with OCP Global, it's better. Else we will have to do similar things how we did last year. I will check with Jill also. I mean, we can start working on the CFPs and send it out maybe by end of this month or early next month, so that we can give like 2 months for people to submit.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry, I have a question on the previous topic. Do you think it would be acceptable for Sam, or do you think it would be worthwhile Sam submitting?
Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say yes. He's with Red Hat now, right? Not as an intern, but as an employee. Is that correct? And I mean, is that something? Is he in the same space?
Yeah. So I think he hasn't joined yet, but I think he will soon. and I assume that he'll go to the same team as Sushil. And he is
Okay.
located in the US, which bypasses the concern I raised earlier.
Okay.
But I think that's a question for Sushil, if it's acceptable to the TSC.
Yeah, I mean that would be fine for us. He did fine presenting it last time.
Yes.
So.
Yeah. Okay. That might work. That's probably a bit more sensible from the Red Hat perspective. Let me contact Sushil and find out what he thinks.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, if either you or Balaj is a co-presenter along with him, it would add more value for this OCP folks, because sometimes they just see the names also. Red Hat name also carries a lot of value, right?
Yeah. Okay. Let me discuss this with Sushil.
Okay. Okay. Anything else?
Okay, so were OPI actually planning on having a new summit this year? Did I hear that
Yes.
correct? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I was just interested as I think there is the open source summit in Prague in October as well. And Fusilier was thinking about submitting there, but of course, like if OPI is having a new summit this year, maybe that would be like more into Fusilier's interest.
Yeah, no, we'll definitely have the summit. The venue we are finalizing whether with OCP Global or we do it separate. We are trying for the OCP Global. They get sold out very quickly. Jill is on it, and once if they approve, the potential of they providing us access to OCP Global event also will help attendees or speakers to submit the talks. So I'll get back on the exact venue, but the plan is to do this this year also, Ansi.
Okay. So, was this supposed to be like a separate event from the summit you mentioned before, like OCP summit?
Oh, OCP is a separate summit, right? We want to co-locate OPI summit in there as part of the OCP summit itself.
Okay, but it's still
Because
like a
because people
separate.
who attend the similar, the audience interest is very similar. It's the same actually.
Yeah. Okay. Okay,
Ah,
sounds good.
okay then.
And
Thank you so much. Yeah, sorry.
yeah, sorry. Just one more question. If
Hmm.
I'm interested in submitting a merge request into OPI's SCTP repo, so is it okay just to go ahead and do a new request, or should I be in contact with someone before? Who's the maintainer of this repo?
I think you should just submit it.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
may get some benefit from reaching out to the maintainers in terms of getting their eyes on it, but it's not a requirement.
Okay. So, but it's actively maintained, I guess, anyway, or at least on the review perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we have a little bit issue with the maintainers. We don't have quite enough of them, but yes, it should be processed.
Okay. Thanks again.
So that's one topic we have to take up next week, maybe on the main on the reviewers part. A lot of these PRs are pending reviews, so we need to come up with a solution, better solution, maybe.
Yeah, will we table that with the board next week or
Okay.
at the next board meeting, or do you want? Because we have discussed it at the TSC.
Yeah. So we need support from the yes. I'll bring this topic again in the next governing board meeting.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much. See you all next week then.
Great. Thank you,
Thank you.
everyone. Have a nice day.
Bye.